Weeks of dodgy audio with a dodgy microphone, and it turns out it might just be a dodgy USB port. Hello there! So if you didn't know by now, most of these videos over Christmas are going to be recorded in advance. So I have at least a week off over Christmas without having to worry about making any videos. But that means that the advents you see every morning are opened on that day. So this morning you would have seen the Snow Trooper. Now, that is like in a week's time for me here. The advent that I opened today is the 13th, so not quite a week's time, but it basically is a week until I'm opening the advent you saw today. I'm not entirely sure when this video is going out. So we're going to do something a little tricky, and just for this one day, this is the only exception I am making. I am going to cut into the advent calendar and pull it out so that I can have the video going out on the same day. And thankfully, because Lego do everything in trays, it means I'm not actually seeing what builds we're getting on which days. I just know that the Snow Trooper is bottom left. And this is the only day we are doing it for. I'm going to have to remember where I got that Snow Trooper from so that we can replace it after this video. But the reason, you're probably wondering why I'm opening it early. And the reason for that is this is the last minifigure on a technicality that I need to complete my UCS Hoth 8080 minifigure collection. But before we get into that, it's just behind me. I would like to answer some comments you might have about my green drink here. No, this is not spinach, cabbage, and any other green things. Is cabbage green? Lettuce, shall we say. This isn't a mix or a blend of all that. This is actually hot chocolate, something that my parents got me for Christmas, and it's really cool actually. The powder is white, and when you add water to it, it turns either green for Slytherin, red for Gryffindor, which I've already finished the jar of. It turns blue for Ravenclaw, yellow for Hufflepuff. I think I could have just stopped at Slytherin, but these are the four colours of the Hogwarts houses, and I think it's really cool. It tastes like blended up M&Ms, and if you know what M&Ms taste like, this is really nice. Behind me, for pretty much all of my videos, I have my 8080, and we've been dressing it up as of recent. This is like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. So for Christmas, it's actually looking like a reindeer. I think we did do one for Thanksgiving. We dressed it up like a turkey. And then we also did a skeleton turned Stegosaurus fossil for Halloween, which is really cool. But inside this 8080, you might be able to see from where the camera's at, we have General Viz from the playset. Honestly, it's one of the best playsets. It's up there with the ATTE. And actually, the Ghost is a pretty cool set. And we'll throw the gunship in there as well. I don't think there's really many. The Master Builders, Mos Eisley. Okay, there are a few really good big sets that I've built in my time as a Lego Star Wars fan. But we've got Viz in here with dual molded legs. I originally stole from Miles Morales over in the Spider-Man Marvel sets. But then I replaced with legs off the Builder minifigure wall. The dark grey and black boots are available on the BAM stations and also on Lego.com, which makes them pretty cheap on sites like Bricklink as well. And the two pilots have the heads corresponding to the UCS. I think they're actually straight from the set. It's the exact same pilots. But in the back of the 8080, and you can see a full video on how we decorate it. It's decorated both sides, and it is actually different both sides as well. But that's not meant to happen. In the back, if I open it carefully enough, I have modified this. I think the UCS model fits 40 Snow Troopers, and mine fits 36, something like that. It's not too far off the UCS model in terms of capacity, but it's a lot smaller, which makes it a lot easier to display just behind me. But so far, I have the two Snow Troopers that come in the UCS 8080, and I've also decaled the torso of this guy here to represent the commander that comes in the UCS 8080. It's a slight different torso. I think there's the two red and two blue squares on the left side of the torso, but we'll put back the bench for now because today's advent, as you're watching this video, includes the final Snow Trooper. I think the head has come in the UCS 8080, this advent calendar, and it may have come somewhere else. I'll have it on screen if it did, but we can finally get this thing open. There's a reason I don't open these in the shorts. These are very, very hard to open. I cannot wait for the day we get paper bags in our advent calendars, which probably actually should have been this year. Nonetheless, torso, legs, a head, and I'm not going to put the helmet on the minifigure, but I will provide some close-up images on screen now of the actual minifigure. Again, the only really special thing is the head of this figure, but we're going to place this minifigure. I made the top row of seats, in case you were wondering how I just popped it out earlier, able to pop out just for this reason, to make it easier to fit minifigures in and out of the AT-AT. And I think I'll probably move over the Commander one, just so we can fit both minifigures comfortably centered in the body of the AT-AT. And we do have some other snowtroopers on the other side of this as well. But in terms of heads, I think most of them just have the angry clone head I've used to free up the Imperial heads for other mock figures. Here's a better angle where you can see all of the minifigures. So we have our Veers. I'm going to get out the pilots just to show you. This is probably the most common head out of all of these troopers. That is the right side pilot. The left side pilot you can probably kind of see already. We have that. It looks like Iden Versio. It isn't Iden Versio's head, but we've seen it on enough stormtroopers. And then we have our 3 snowtroopers from the UCS AT-AT and the Commander there. I don't think I put the seat back properly. So whilst I'm figuring this out, I'd just like this to show the UCS sets are not UCS price and special for the minifigures that come in the set, because like I have here, you can get these minifigures really in so many other sets and they don't really make any of them exclusive. In fact, I would be willing to argue that this further supports my point that only one minifigure is ever exclusive in these higher price sets. I'm not sure if that's true for the master builders. There might be a few exclusive minifigures over in that line. But for UCS, we're looking at sets like the Venator. That's when I initially had this idea that either Captain Rex or Yularen, mainly Captain Rex due to his popularity, would be available later on, so that there's only the one Yularen exclusive minifigure. We've seen it before. The Snowtrooper Commander from this set, because it's got the exclusive torso, I did think it was going to be Veers, but I guess the only exclusive element of that figure is the combination of the top half with dual molded legs, which thankfully we're seeing a bit more in cheaper sets, mainly on the Thrawn minifigure, which is really, really nice to see. But I'm sure most UCS sets, at least ones, we're looking at the X-Wing even, and the TIE Interceptor we got this year. Jabba's Sail Barge has at least one exclusive minifigure. We're probably looking at one of the henchmen that will never be seen released again, which is more reason to pick these up. The UCS Razor Crest, we've got the Mithril. We're never getting the Mithril or even Quill in a set, so maybe there are a few, but usually it tends to be only one, and I'm so happy I've got technically them all. I don't know if I will be trying to get the official Lego torso for that Commander, but I think my decal is close enough. So thank you so much for watching. This is actually the first video out of a few Advent themed builds that I am going to be recording today, just to get ahead even more on the Christmas recording period, because I really do like the Advents and there is so much I want to talk about. I don't think it will be right including it in one video. So check out the Advent playlist that I'll leave on screen now, as well as the video where I turn the AT-AT into a reindeer, rain doe, rain stag. Check out the video for more on that, and may the bricks be with you always.